As you will immediately be able to tell by my voice, this was not recorded at the same time as the other developer commentary. This was recorded 10 years later. I am 26 years old now. I go by Jonachrome instead of Johnbro, and it's the year 2020, which is the same year that I decided to make legacy editions for each game in the Riddle School series, partly to preserve them for after Flash Player dies, but also because I wanted to make little improvements to each game. And as far as non-gameplay related changes go, the ending text of Riddle School 4 is among the bigger changes that I decided to make in the series. I mostly wanted to keep these pretty authentic to the way that they were, but this was one exception because I was thinking of ways that I wanted to change this particular game, and I knew that I wasn't going to make it longer because one of the things that I like about it is that you click once and then Phil dies, and that's the entire thing. Partly because I don't want to make another school escape game, partly because it ties in very closely with the story of Riddle School 5, and also because I feel like in retrospect, the bizarrely out-of-place nature of this game is part of what makes the series stand out, and this is like the dividing line between what the series was and what it became. So I think it's kind of special in that way. But I did want to change the ending because it's out of place in a different way. I thought the overly meta nature of speaking directly to the audience was something that really only made sense at the time that it was released, because it was released on April 1st of 2010, as you know, April Fool's Day, and the whole joke was this is the anticlimactic ending to the series, there's not going to be more games after this, and the next day I released Riddle School 5, because I already had that in mind. So the joke doesn't really hold water anymore now that we all know the series goes beyond this, and I figured I'm gonna edit this to no longer be such a direct message to the audience. I want this to instead be something that leads into the next game because I know what the story of the next game is at this point, and everyone knows that it exists. So that's pretty much the long and the short of it. It's interesting looking back and making these changes and just kind of hoping people approve of them, because I don't know if they will or not, but there you go. Thanks for listening. You beat the game in 0 seconds.